Take a look at it. Right?
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting for this Monday, May 6th, 2024. Could we start with roll call, please?
Becker.
Here.
O'Flaherty.
Here.
Pena Graham. Stoker.
Here.
Wright. McMahon.
Here.
Chair Maxwell.
Here.
5 present.
Thank you. We'll move to the approval of the agenda. If there are any additions or deletions. If not, I will ask for a motion to approve.
I move we approve the agenda as submitted.
So moved by McMahon. May I have a second?
I second.
All in favor say, I'm sorry, seconded by O'Flaherty. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. We'll move to the approval of the minutes from April 1st, 2024. Again, if there are any additions or deletions. If not, I will ask for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Moved by Becker. May I have a second? Seconded by Wright. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. This is the public participation portion. If there is anyone that would like to speak to anything that is not on the agenda, you may come forward now. If not, we will move on to new business. We have a public hearing, a petition by Curtis Rental Group, represented by Adam Curtis, for a special use permit for the rental trucks and trailers for the property located at 1371 South 4th Street. Curtis, I understand you have a presentation? I'm sorry, Adam.
Hello, my name is Adam Curtis. I own Curtis Rental Group, which is the parent company of DeKalb Tool Rental, located at 1371 South 4th Street, as well as Midwest Tents and Events, located at 2239 Sycamore Road, also in DeKalb. I'm also a resident of DeKalb. I live at 308 East Sunset Place, just a few blocks from the property in question here. We began business at this location about a year ago. We moved from South 7th Street. We were previously on South 7th Street in the old Spalding building, just a few blocks away. When Midwest Tents and Events moved into the warehouse on Sycamore Road, we moved DeKalb Tool Rental into this facility. At the time, we were not aware that the zoning would require a special use for rental trucks and trailers, but it was recently brought to our attention by the city, and so we promptly applied for the permit, special use permit. We've worked with Dan and his team to kind of figure out a storage area for the trucks and trailers. Includes a 75-foot setback off the lot line, and would run up the guardrail there in the parking lot, and includes some parking in the further out in the parking spaces for essentially for overflow. Most of what we're parking is U-Haul trucks and trailers. Some of the trailers there are our own trailers that we use for equipment rentals. If someone were to want to come in and rent a skid steer, they would also need a trailer to get it home to do the project they're working on. So most of our trailers, the trailers that we own certainly wouldn't take up more than the space along the guardrail. The U-Haul trucks, the volume of trucks on the lot changes with the season. Obviously, we're in a college town. There's a lot of move in and move out, May and August, when the university starts and ends their academic year. So in August, when move in happens, there's more trucks there. And then, by September, October, most of them have cleared back out of town. And in May, again, we get an influx with kids moving home. So,
Okay.
I think that's all we had. Were there any questions?
Thank you. Actually, we'll move to the staff report.
Okay. In your report, good summary provided by Mr. Curtis. The location is zoned light commercial zoning. It is a special use permit for the rental of trucks and trailers. The use itself, the rental business is a permitted use, but the outdoor rental of trucks and trailers, special use, have been there about a year, as Mr. Curtis said. They did sign an initial, I think, shorter term lease. Liked the location, they plan to stay. So we decided to bring in zoning authority. We did get comments from one neighbor about it. So we've done that. He submitted a petition. They take only about 3,700 square feet of the building here in the corner. They don't occupy the whole area inside. Actually, Lehan Drug uses the old loading docks for the grocery store there. And they do store, they have a large parking area, and working with the applicant, decided to use, get a 75-foot setback from the lot line here into the site to provide a little setback from the residential area. The 2 letters we did receive came from this, it's a 4-unit complex here, condominium. Good row of trees here, spruces tall, good buffer actually on the condo side, and then this cul-de-sac here, so some of these trees are actually, I think, in the city right away. But as shown here in the red, this would be the designated area for trucks and trailers, which the applicant agreed to. Plenty of area to accommodate all the trucks, even in the average time or even some peak times. The summary notes about 20 company-owned trailers and parked on the lot, number of U-Haul trucks based on seasonal, certainly up to average of 20, could be as many as 40 NIUs move-in weekend, but certainly would go down pretty quick after that. So plenty of room to park, keep it away from a good setback from the residential. I think there is a plan perhaps to seal the driveway and stripe it by the owner. Not part of this approval, but hopefully this summer that will be done. So looking at the findings, it complies with all the light commercial district standards. Site's light commercial for decades, been commercial use there. The rental business been there for about a year. No negative impacts. Our comp plan calls for commercial, of course. We do have a restriction on the area where they can store the trucks, and also a maximum size of trucks and trailers I discussed with the applicant as part of the one condition. So that's a condition that meets, we're adding, that's part of the approval with the special use and meeting the findings. Plenty of parking for the business, of course. So we think it meets all the findings of fact. Recommend approval of the Exhibit A, which shows the area where they can store it. And no truck for rent shall exceed 26 feet in length. That's our largest truck, typical U-Haul truck. And no trailer exceeding 32 feet in length. We did get a couple citizen response forms or an email from Larry Sanazaro at 214 Partridge Place, who's in the audience tonight. Partridge Place is right up here. And so we got a couple letters from this condo there. Larry was concerned about the removal of the nice cedar trees there, which provide a really good buffer. Placing a fence, I talked to Larry and said we're not touching the spruces. You can kind of see them here, a good buffer back there, and no fences planned with this project. Here you can see this is from the commercial lot looking west into Partridge, so there's a good buffer there. There's a little connection there with a sidewalk that's been there for decades. It provided access through the site, off the cul-de-sac into the parking lot. It's pretty useful, still used today. This is from the cul-de-sac looking back east. One of the trailers there, this is a few weeks back, has been moved away actually. So we want to maintain that and not cut that off. That's a good, go between the two areas. If that was blocked off, people would walk through the trees, or if you put a fence up, they'll kick the fence down. So that's been there a long time. We want to keep that. We also got this afternoon a public response form from Kathy Freeman of 222 Partridge Place. A copy of the letter was on your desk. Do not supporting. There's a lot of information in there. Just summarizing as opposed to the outside storage. I did talk to Kathy this afternoon after I got the letter. Talked to her and noted that part of the recommendation was exhibit that showed a 75-foot setback. She was not aware of that, wasn't on the internet looking at the packet, so she appreciated that. Parking lot conditions, the debris along the tree line, snow removal on Partridge Place affecting the tree line with the salt. I guess a few trees were removed by somebody. Concerns about vandalism somewhat. So, and I did speak to her. I did forward the comments to our police department, Public Works, Building and Code Enforcement, which she's been in contact before. So I told her those things are kind of out of what the commission's looking at tonight. But I would forward those to other departments and see if those can be addressed or not. So again, the motion's there with that condition which the applicants agreed to. So any questions, I can certainly answer those.
Okay, thank you, Dan. If there's anybody else that would like to speak to this issue, you can step forward now. If not, I will close the public hearing and open it up to comments and questions from the commission.
I think,
Seems fairly straightforward.
I think the 75-foot setback takes care of some of the potential issues,
Yeah.
so that would seem to be beneficial. And they've been operating for a year, so I can't see any other issue.
Any other questions, comments? Okay, if not, I will ask for a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion. Based upon the submitted petition, testimony presented, and the findings of fact, I move the Planning and Zoning Commission forward its findings of fact and recommend to the City Council approval of the special use permit for the rental trucks and trailers on the property located at 1371 South 4th Street, as shown on Exhibit A, and subject to the following. Number one, no truck for rent shall exceed 26 feet in length, storage length, and no trailer shall exceed 32 feet in length.
So moved by McMahon. May I have a second?
I'll second Stoker.
Seconded by Stoker. May I have a roll call, please?
Becker,
Yes?
O'Flaherty,
Yes.
Stoker,
Yes.
Wright? Yes. McMahon,
Yes.
Maxwell.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Thank you, Mr. Curtis. Staff report for upcoming?
Yeah, next meeting, scheduled meeting, May 20th. No hearings scheduled at this time. If we do cancel, it'll be the Thursday before. Working on some miscellaneous text amendments in the UDO, so plan to bring those to the commission for initial discussion probably this summer sometime, next month or two. Discuss, then we'll, if that's agreeable, then we'll set up official public hearing and go through more detail. But also, last month, or the April 22nd council meeting, they discussed a limit on retail tobacco stores. Of course, those are defined in the ordinance. The commission's approved a few. It requires a special use permit. We have 5 right now. They discussed if they want to limit that, like we do video gaming establishments. They didn't, there was this discussion, there wasn't enough to favor max or put a limit on the 5, but we're concerned a little bit about the proximity of a few of them. There's 5 and there's 3 pretty close in West Lincoln Highway, Lucinda Avenue area. So kind of direction of that is one comes in, we should make people aware. We do have a separation 200 feet between retail tobacco stores, but that's not too far really. So as one come forward, that will be something the commission could kind of look at or focus on, is how close they are to others, and maybe trying to spread them out to different parts of the city. So just want to let the commission know that was a recent discussion by the council on that particular type of use.
All right.
That's all I had.
All right, thank you, Dan. Anyone else have anything to add? If not, I will ask for a motion to adjourn. So moved by Wright. May I have a second?
I second.
Seconded by O'Flaherty. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Thank you very much and have a good evening.
Max?
I don't know anything on schedule for the 20th. I won't be here because I'm in Florida.